I can't understand how some parents can just ridicule their children, their adult children, at that, by making their own life decisions. And a lot of this that I see is like older parents telling their like children who are like getting in their 20s, starting off their life, getting into the real world. They have a tendency to be like, you're not doing things right, and we're not happy with your decisions, and you should have done this better, and you shouldn't be doing that. And that's great and all. Like, being a parent, as a parent, that's never going to stop. You're always going to care about your children. But if your child is trying to like be with somebody and you don't like that person, that's a personal problem. If that child of yours is dating somebody who's trying to have a music career, and that's going to be the stereotypical one, every fucking person's going to be like, oh, he's a loser because he is an aspiring musician. That's kind of just fucking stupid to me, honestly. Like, people as like, I remember as kids, people always told us to follow our dreams, and then when we finally are able to follow our own dreams, the same people are the ones trying to tear us down and saying, you're not doing it correctly. Well, that's not okay, man. Sometimes as a parent, you just have to learn how to just like accept it. A great example is the dad in Blow, when he clearly knows his son is doing terrible things. His son is a drug lord. Son's getting money the wrong ways. He's still, he knows his son's doing bad shit, but he doesn't ridicule him like his mother did. The mom called the cops on him and got his ass locked up because she cared more about her image than her son. But the dad, even though he knew his son was doing grimy shit, he still loved his son, and never did he like once make his son feel bad for the choices he was making, even though he didn't agree with those choices. So at the end of the day, like, hey, you don't have to like what your child is doing, but you can't control what they are doing, especially in their adult lives. We live, we learn, we make mistakes, we learn from those mistakes, and that's that. That is life. If you can't understand that, then you're probably never going to. And I'm not trying to say this because I'm a dad. It's something that's always like bugged me because I've always noticed it, especially in my generation. And I don't want to be one of those parents that, tells his son that you're not going to do shit. So, yeah, I'm breaking the cycle.